Well, here we go. Welcome back. SuperCars NZ Allports V8 Championship. Round 5 of racing. Looking forward to getting off to a ripper of a night tonight here in the broadcasting lounge. Coming to you from our NZSR TV racing page. That is the one that we have set up through the collective, and we're coming to you live from there tonight. In the broadcasting lounge this evening, I am joined with Corey. How are we, Corey?
Nicky, welcome back, mate. And cars are gridding up. We're almost ready to get moving. And so we've got 38 laps, Long Beach tonight. And they'll start with half a tank of fuel, 2 compulsory pit stops, and something's happened to the tyres stuck.
We've had some drama with the tyres tonight. There's a little thief that has been going around and being stolen. So there's going to be 2 compulsory pit stops tonight for the boys to challenge themselves with. Racing is underway now. Green flag has dropped, and here we are down at turn 1 to watch the chaos unfold.
Let's get through there clean at the moment as we come around the fountain here. This is where we normally expect a bit of action. Some smoke.
Oh, we've got some drama. Got some names jumping around.
Yeah, I see the Simblac's car and somebody else involved there. Keep on front. Looks like a great start for Bruce Tannock. He is away at the front.
Yeah, Stefan McCartane getting really turned around in that one. Also some other names included in the list were Liam Jacobs, Lee Duncan and Dion DeGraaf, so we'll keep an eye on those in a minute. We'll be able to get a bit of a replay and see exactly what happened, but there is a massive gap there between positions 6 and 7, so certainly some cars being knocked out of place, and the grid, the place counter on the side. Give you a bit of an overview of that as we look at the final corner. The track there, another place where cars get tipped up sometimes and turned around. Some eager beavers trying to make their way back up through the field. All the Misfits boys seem to be hanging out right at the back, and one limping Cartane following up the rear and ducking into pit lane as we speak. Up the front though, Bruce Tannock leading the race over his teammate, I believe. They're doing the Teams Championship again this season. Corey, am I correct?
Yep, I believe the Teams Championship is still running, and these two at the front. Once again, Bruce Tannock and Darren Lobb, they'll be leading that, I'd say. I actually have done more Div 2 this season than Div 1, so yeah, I've missed a night, I think, there somewhere.
Okay. Also, I just caught in the background, big puff of black smoke, and I'm not too sure if that was Dion DeGraaf or Shane White, but I have got info on Dion having to jump to pit, so he may have come unstuck and had a bit of an unfortunate ending to his V8 motor. As we're currently looking at Taylor Mitchell sitting here in 3rd spot. That's where he qualified for tonight in his freshly liveried MRX Holden Commodore there. It's looking pretty slick. It's black and yellows, a bit of a alternate colouring scheme to what we see our Simblac's entries in. Don't we usually see the colours inverted the other way around? It stands out nicely, but quite a cool colour combination again.
Yeah, the big NASCAR style 37 there in Taylor's car. So a bit of a NASCAR thing going on there. Luke Gorman, fresh from Div 2 last season, has been impressive in Div 1. Running around in the top 10 consistently. Has
certainly been. I know him and Shane had some great battles in the Div 2, and both of them progressing through, and Luke finding himself tonight having qualified 4th here at Long Beach, and sitting there quite nicely at the moment, just following Taylor around the track quite closely, really. Back from Luke we have one of the first PSR entered cars out there, Jack Grunwald Jr. sitting there in 5th spot. So in his current qualifying position there, just ticking away his laps at the moment. And the first of our Misfit entries, Festive Foods, Roger Forbert sitting there in 6th spot. So yeah, nice tight battle at the moment for our sort of our top 6 races, sort of sitting there in 2x2 racing positions. A wee bit of a stretch back from them we have.
Compulsory pit stops tonight, Doug. 2 of them.
They do.
So
yep.
We're expecting 55 litre half a tank pretty much capacity, so 19 to 20 laps out of a tank. So you're going to have to stop twice, but there has been a problem with the Dunlop tyres. Apparently they're being stolen, and all teams only have 1 set of tyres for tonight's race. So whether you take them at your first pit stop or you're going to save them for your second.
Oh,
We've got
wow.
lots of questions here of, it's throwing a big question mark over strategy, and I think that's always a pretty good thing when you're on a street circuit, is to have a bit of strategy.
Gosh, well that's actually caught me off guard, because I misread that. I thought they were suggesting that some teams had been out there stealing tyres from the actual V8 supercars, and they had enough there to warrant two stops worth of tyres. But as you're saying, they've only got the 1 set, and they need to choose when they're going to take them, but they also have to make a secondary stop for some more fuel to be able to complete the race. So that certainly does throw a bit of a sticky pickle in the mix, Corey, and I'm excited to see how these guys are going to put themselves through tonight's paces with that one.
Yeah, the press release earlier today, around lunchtime, breaking news: some of the Dunlop tyres have been stolen, so tonight there will only be 1 set of tyres to change in your 2 compulsory pit stops. How will you manage your strategy? So throwing out that big question. So we'll be looking to see who the first to go down pit lane. I see Shane White is in the pit lane. Hopefully not an issue for Shane, just a regular pit stop.
Okay, looks like he's just in there taking his first stop for the night, and he was in there for 8 seconds worth of time there. While we do have him up, let's have a bit of a look back at some crash indicated data that I had from him from lap 2. So let's go back to that now. He was alongside one of the digital, the diesel services cars. Oh, just walked that front left, and rather than steamrolling into the wall, he opened that up and run into the shortcut area. Much the same which we saw a few cars do at Bathurst over the weekend at turn 1 from the Bathurst 1000. So good on Shane there to recover in that manner. And if you didn't catch it, I heard in the background the subtle sound of another car making funny noises. I believe it might have been this one here from Dion de Graaf. So let's take a looky at this, because Shane White's moment was just behind him. And I would say it was a motor related issue departing through all sides of the bonnet, and yeah, that's a whole lot of that's happened there.
As we see another car there pulling in for fast repairs there as well.
Yes,
so it wouldn't be a street circuit without some action at the start of the race. So we've had a few drivers actually lose quite a few positions.
So that was on, yes, that was on Stefan McCartane from opening lap here. So we'll have a bit of a look and see what's actually happened with him. There was obviously these dramas here, so get a bit of a touch there from Aaron Goodrick, and then a spin around. So actually did pretty good too. Oh, I was going to say had done pretty good to use the energy from Aaron, just giving him that wee flick there to roll away from the troubles that it was.
that's one thing the iRacing system could do better, is the yellow flags that would be up at that time, forcing
Yes.
drivers to have to slow and be careful at that section of track or things like that. So I guess that's something for them to work on. But thanks iRacing for the service you provide us.
Oh, it is. It's certainly great. We obviously wouldn't be able to put on this fine racing that we're streaming here this evening without them. So it is still computer simulated, and it does do funny things from time to time. Rightio, so we are...
If you click on multi-stream, on the right-hand side of the screen that I can see, Dougie, you might be able to. I think that shows chat from anywhere, I think.
Maybe.
Oh well, we'll see. Someone said anything? Anyway.
Yeah.
8 laps down of 38 though.
We are, and we can move on from Shane and have a look at some of these other guys that are currently inside the top 10. So here's McNamara, Sean McNamara, currently up there in 9th spot, up 3 from where he started. And just in behind him, inside the top 10, which is always great by SuperCars NZ standards, we have Robbie Bradbury, Pacific Esports Racing, PR. There they are. Let's have a bit of a look at that car. It's quite a slick sort of bluey white metallic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It looks very slick. I quite like that.
I'd say they're maybe a bit of an Aussie crew. I'm guessing Pacific Esports Racing. Got the Pelican on the side. Dubby on the back. Sort of Australian-esque, doesn't it?
Got a couple of prizes too to give away tonight, Doug.
Have we?
How we're going to do that? We've got one already, so there's going to be 20 iRacing bucks to get you, to anybody that gets their car home.
For any driver that gets home.
Yeah, we'll have a wheel or something at the end, and we'll sort that one out.
Can we say that
also,
any driver that didn't come up with crash data?
Wow, yeah.
We can narrow the field.
And we've also got a couple of SuperCars NZ t-shirts and 2 Napa prize packs to give away this week as well. So we'll give one of each of them away tonight, and one of them again on Thursday for the HPR series.
Nice.
We're just going to find an interesting way to give something away there. Maybe a Napa prize back to a viewer, and maybe a SuperCars NZ t-shirt to a driver out there.
Well, I mean, we could certainly do. Hey, why don't we put this one out there for the viewers tonight? A dual prizing for two of our viewers. Someone who's enjoys the SuperCars NZ streams, give us some love and shout outs on there, and does a bit of a dealio and jumps on and likes and subscribes to our Broadcasting Lounge channel. And the other one we could put down for a random pick from someone commenting on their favourite driver.
Yeah.
Sounds
good.
Let's make it about the peoples who are here joining us tonight for the stream.
Yeah, not too many watching at the moment, so it must be a bit quiet out there.
Hey, that's not a problem. I suppose if anyone wants to go and share the love and tell the peoples that the stream is on and is ticking away, go and tell Mumsy to jump on, and also get involved with the New Zealand Sim Racing TV channel, which we're coming to you live from tonight as well. That one's part of our overall collective for sim racing here in New Zealand, which is growing and expanding. We've had some awesome racing ticked by over there over the last few weeks from our Hyperfiber league racing. We've got racing most of the nights of the week across our different platforms here, from iRacing, from dirt to ovals to GTs to the V8s and anything else in between that we want to bring and what the other guys want to bring to the table. So if it's something that you love and you feel like your friends or family might enjoy, jump on there and give that page a massive thumbs up, a like and a follow there on YouTube. That's New Zealand Sim Racing TV channel. Would be greatly appreciated. Let's get this big here in New Zealand.
Yeah, and it's not just iRacing as well. You've got Assetto Corsa,
We do.
Competizione, Gran Turismo, and now an F1 league also joining into the mix. So look out for that if you're into a bit of F1 on console. There's going to be a broadcast that I hear is going to be happening on a Saturday night as well.
Nice. Yeah, so that's probably the most important thing is, I suppose, a bit more of a homage back to Virtual Motorsports NZ there, Corey. You know, yours and Ash's baby was just a massive collective grouping for anything racing related here in New Zealand, from rally driving to Tonka truck driving with your 3-year-old in the backyard, to guys who want to spend ridiculous amounts of money on sim racing equipment to try and be as professional as they can. All those different platforms, computer, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendos, anything that can have some form of racing on it has always been greatly loved and followed.
Yeah, well, Virtual Motorsport is something that's very retro too. You know, goes back to racing games, Mario Kart.
Yep.
Goes back into the 90s. But yeah.
That's why I said anything and everything in between. It's fantastic.
Yeah, well, we've had to make the decision to have a charity event this year for the Virtual Motorsport and side of things. And I look for something to be happening in June 2025.
Yeah, it has been a bit of a hectic time, and we were lucky that last year's event got off the ground. To be fair, there was a lot going on for everyone, and there was also talks that might have been the last one to take place. And then this year, not for the sake of wanting to try, but I think just with the forming of the collective and getting some energy put into that, getting it up off the ground, has absorbed into those timings where we would usually see an event from Virtual Motorsport and a charity event take place. So we've certainly earmarked that as a collective, and it's something we're all very much keen to get involved with again in the future. So as Corey said, it's not done and dusted. It's just having a small break and looking at coming to you at a more appropriate time of the year when people have got a bit more energy and effort to get in behind it and make it as big as possible.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, we'll look at something to happen in the new year anyway, and around June, July, somewhere it'll be winter when more people are at home anyway. But on a brighter note, there's a couple of comments coming through there. Terry Taylor, the Lob and Tannic finding a league they finally can be competitive in. And Scott, this is Jono's pit crew speaking. He says he's not taking tyres at all, and everyone else should do the same.
Very good.
Trying to get in their heads there, in the other teams, I think, eh?
So that's Jono Gibson here. We'll have a look and see how he's faring out there on track at the moment. He's actually coming down into turn 1, so we could bring up this bit of information here on the side and let people just have a bit of an onboard view and a look at what a lap around here at Long Beach looks like. Jono currently sitting in 11th spot in the 666 Ford Mustang. Reaper Racing is his team.
Yeah, another one that's come up from Div 2 this season and definitely hasn't been shy.
Yep. He's up 8 spots at the moment from where he started.
He's actually sitting 12th in the championship too, Jono Gibson. Just had a wee look. And while I'm in there, Bruce Tannock and Darren Lobb are at the front. Bruce, again though, hasn't had a win yet. 265 points. Darren Lobb in second, 210. Leon Weir not here tonight, 201, so he's 9 points behind Darren. Mike Robertson is 7 points. 7 points? Actually 9 as well. 9 behind Leon, and about the same distance behind him is Sean McNamara.
Wow, go.
So no Mike Robinson either tonight.
No, I was just about to ask that question while I was going to have a look up and down the list of my names here and see where that one might be, but no. Nothing there.
I did have another wee stat that I looked at earlier. You might have seen that in that little stat there. 16 Holdens and 13 Fords.
Go the Holdens.
Yeah, well, we've had one of them retire already, and
go the Holdens.
Yeah, the Holdens.
Shane, not your evening, my friend.
Not at all. I see another passion car that's having some trouble out there as well.
Yeah, Jack, by the look of it. But I'm going to, without having looked at it previously, have a quick look at a couple of crash indicated datas of yours to see why you may be here with us at the moment.
There's a few to look at.
So this is one from lap 13. We had a look at some earlier ones. That's
This is going to be my second to last one, I believe. So I was doing a bit of a Brody Kostecki with the air hose, but instead it was for my charger cable, and then just got the broken all wrong.
It's a repeat of what we saw you do on lap 2.
Sure was, except this time I didn't have Dion crashing in front of me.
So you've patiently waited to rejoin that one. I'm going to let it roll on because it wasn't actually too long after that the next bit of data came up,
Correct.
if I'm correct. I was going to say there was not much warmth in those front tyres. There was a lot of understeer, and then it just switched straight over. Was that just due to the pitch of the track, or were you just caught off a wee bit by it not wanting to straighten up and drive as much as you wanted it to?
Definitely a corner I was struggling with all through practice. It's very off camber there, very bumpy, cresting the hill right at the apex. Just a whole combination of things that make it a very difficult corner, and having missed practice last night, I was probably quite underprepared tonight, and yeah, had a bit of a shocker, unfortunately.
I was going to say, so I've just brought this one up here, which is obviously this is a bit of information there. So it's not you. This is young Jack with a very limped out Passion Sim racing car here. He's already suffering some significant crash data, some significant injury to his vehicle there already. Let's see if I can...
Okay. But looking in better condition than when I picked him up, because that Chevy engine was smoking quite heavily when I picked him up a little bit earlier.
Yeah, so a bit further on, he is here, and there we go. So
Oh, yep, there we go.
not much fluid running in through that radiator there. That's wheel rub. That's
Oh, you're right. It's coming. Yeah, it's coming from the tyre.
so that front right wheel locked in place, not turning at all. So yeah, not a nice one to see there from young Jack. We've got Leo Duncan here from the Diesel Services Limited.
And that's unfortunate because Leon new in the last couple of weeks and very rapid. So yeah, unfortunate to see him in the wars tonight.
This is a track that has it's very unforgiving for people if they're not there in the right moment.
Yes, very much so. And Chris Upsit's doing a great job to get around Leo there when he caught him at the hairpin as well. Liam Jacobs. Hopefully not pulling up on track to go and check the door again. Oh, that's just about as unfortunate though.
It's your event.
Yeah, Liam actually had the exact same reaction that I had to the old knock knock soundboard when he heard it for the first time last week.
Yes, did hear that over the chat, and we thanked Corey the first time for that one. I don't know who put their hand up for it for the second occasion. But yes, it was certainly enough to think that the house was about to be swatted for sure.
Oh, he rubbed salt in the wound and backed into him as well. Excellent.
Yeah, so that was I just darted there between Liam Jacobs and Dion Graff. So
Pit lane is busy.
I'm looking at Bruce Tannock at the moment. Bruce has been in the pits recently and encountering heavy traffic, but they're on the same lap as him, so they don't have to let him by. But he is really having his work cut out. He just managed to find his way around Peter Vanderberg, and now he's got Taylor Mitchell just ahead of him.
He has Taylor also on currently having a one stop at the moment as well, so that is a race for position between them two.
Unlucky for Luke Allman, he seems to have lost his packets and has been kicked out of the sim. So he was doing well as well, so unlucky Luke.
Yeah. And yeah, just an acknowledgement there on our... gosh. I blinked and missed that. I don't know whether he did that himself or whether there might have been a wee touch of a hand, but I was just saying a quick acknowledgement there to the comment on our stream there from Dig Daddy Racing is saying such a hard track, and cheering on the on Michael Gunstone there. So there's a bit of Gunstone love for you, Dig Daddy.
Get back in, Luke. You can win yourself $20. Don't be like Shane and give up and jump in the commentary box. But you can win $20 iRacing credit if you get back out there and finish the race, man. It might help fix your PC.
Shane's not allowed. I've gone wheeze in his helmet already.
Okay.
$20 isn't worth doing 38 laps, crashing every lap. I don't need $20 that badly.
Oh.
A couple of big movers out there in the double digits, we can touch on them. Peter Vanderberg currently up 18, yet to pit as well, I'll add. Jono Gibson up 16, yet to pit.
Yep.
Trent Bennett up 17, has pitted, so he has made some ground tonight.
Yeah, there's a few names out there, double digit climbers. There's also been some double digit fallers. Taylor Mitchell, which we'll have a look in a minute on what happened with him if we can bring that up. Down 14, Jack down 17, Gunstone currently down 10, but I believe that's only just due to his recent pit stop, not due to fault.
Dono's just made his way into the pits as well.
Down 15, Luke no longer with us, Leo no longer with us, and Stefan no longer with us. So a few people pulling up into the trailer early tonight.
Just one car yet to make their first pit stop. As I say, that is the pit lane, and that is Darren Lobb, who I was talking about, but we'll just forget about it.
What were you saying there, Corey?
Oh, well, he's in now. Pit lane is busy as, again, 4 cars currently in, 1 on the way out, 2 serving their stop. We have another one coming in as well. Oh, it's a hive of action. Anyway, we'll see if Bruce is going to pass Darren here shortly. No, it's just a quick stop for Darren, so... As we said earlier, only one set of tyres. Jono Gibson has already come out and said he ain't taking any tyres, he's only stopping for fuel.
Well, that's interesting. Around the midpoint in the race, or just over the midpoint in the race now, Darren's come this far in and choosing not to take tyres at his first stop, saving that for a second. my thinking was, if you didn't have a bunch of crashes early in the race like I did, that you'd be going as far as you could on that first tank of fuel, get your tyres then, and then take a splash somewhere near the end. But Darren chose to take a splash now, and presumably, didn't actually work out what the fuel range was going to be, but presumably Darren's not going to be too far away from having to come in and take his longer stop for tyres, considering he clearly didn't take a lot of fuel on that one.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. We had Jono's pit guy made a comment saying this is Jono's pit crew speaking. He says he's not taking tyres at all, and everyone else should do the same. So whether
that's an interesting call.
Yeah.
Jono's an interesting man, so wouldn't put it past him, but I don't know that I'd want to do 38 laps around here on one set of tyres.
It's a ballsy move, but it might pay off. Like if you can manage to get a gain out of it. And in Jono's position, he's up 15th in 4th.
But Darren Lobb's straight back into the pits on the following lap. That's an interesting strategy.
Yeah, did he come in and not just take a litre of fuel, go back out, and then he's come straight back in?
And now he's going to get those tyres done, fuel it up to the end, and carry on.
Well, we'll find out if he's going to take tyres. We'll see how long he's going to be up on the jacks here, so it's counting now.
I'd imagine he needs enough fuel to cover tyres. I think it's about 16 seconds will cover tyres.
Right. 15, 16
and
seconds
certainly
now.
ticking over that 16, so
Jono
if he hasn't done tyres, he's just giving up.
Yeah,
So if he hasn't taken tyres, he's just giving up 3 times, so I'd imagine he's got 4 freshes on there.
20 seconds worth of time on there, and he's just had the likes of Sean McNamara go by him, but Darren currently lead car out there on 2 stops. Next car behind him is Taylor Mitchell at 12 seconds behind him.
Yeah, after Darren came in, there was a rush of cars. Blake Greenhall, Aaron Goodrick, Jason Cossey, Johnny Gibson, now Jack Ronwald also in as well, all taking their second pit stops. So there's must be about, I'll just get a counting on. Roughly 7 or 8 cars that need to take their second pit stop.
Yep. Yeah, I can work with that. Now, Shane, you wouldn't have heard before, but Corey enlightened me to the fact that we've got a couple of goodies to give away on behalf of Wearcraft, and a couple of those items being a SuperCars NZ t-shirt, and the other one was a wee bit of a goodie pack there from Napa.
Yeah, that'll include maybe cubby cooler, pens. It's just a bit of a Napa sort of prize pack. I do remember a couple of things. It's not right now.
Yeah. So what we've done is we've said we're going to put it out to our viewers. The viewers tonight jump on and do a bit of a dealio with NZ Sim Racing TV, where we're broadcasting through tonight as well. Jump on and subscribe to their page, give them the old thumbs and likes up and stuff like that. But jump on the comments and let us know who their favourite driver is out there, and they can pick themselves up a wee goodie pack there from SuperCars NZ. I think it's just a t-shirt. And what was the other one we said, Corey, for the viewers at home they can do?
Well,
or was that the other part? Was that they had to subscribe to the New Zealand Sim Racing TV and Broadcasting Lounge channel to get themselves an app?
Yeah, both channels.
Sorry to cut in, guys, but Bruce is just emerging from his second stop, so this is going to be quite interesting to see where he slots in relative to Darren Lobb. Bruce making his way out of the pits. Darren coming around the bend in the main straight now, and Bruce reasonably far ahead at the moment. But I think looked like Bruce didn't take tyres that time around, so he would have taken his tyres on the first stop. So Darren's going to have a couple of laps fresher tyres at the moment, I believe. So that will be quite interesting to see how it pans out.
Yes, well, there's Darren, and he's only 2.8 seconds behind.
Worth noting as well, I was keeping an eye on Bruce just in between the pit stops there, and he was absolutely pushing it. He was getting within millimetres of every wall. I thought he was going to hit every wall as he went around the track, but he was just placing it perfectly right up against it, as Darren just did there. Oh, Misfit's car in the background having a spin. I think
Looked like Peter Vanderberg.
Might have been Peter Vanderberg. He must have been a lap down, was he?
Right, Ross Watson crash, so let's have a looky-do there at that one.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the one I saw. It was certainly the corner that it's coming up to now.
Man, just slapping the end of that tyre wall like we saw Liam do earlier, so...
Yeah, looks like heavy damage on that front right. So that'll be a trip to pit one.
And Taylor just managing just to get past those tyres and then finding the wall on the other side of them. That's a track that is certainly not letting up at all tonight.
Concrete jungle bites, it bites hard.
Certainly does.
Darren Lobb just posting fastest lap last time by too, 1:18.94.
Good wee battle here. Blake Greenhill just ahead of Aaron Goodrick.
Yeah, Blake there in the property Edge Mustang, having a cool battle there. Aaron Goodrick, the Rosetown Motor Group, MRX sponsored Commodore. Aaron putting a lot of mustard down on the old gas pedal there. Oh,
Certainly pushing hard to try and find a way past and just getting the tail wagging a bit too much out of there.
yeah, certainly not going to find it by wiping off the rear quarter of the car on the concrete wall, but Aaron just doing what he can to either fill the mirrors or try and position his car in a spot where he can lure Blake across into a bit more of an open position to be able to get by. But yeah, great battle. It's still keeping about the same gap. See Aaron come down here into turn one, what he can do if he can get any closer through this lap here.
Don't forget, shout out whoever you're supporting. Make sure you jump on and just see one come through from Twitch. It's like a bot. Anyway, shout out who you're supporting. Is that what we're doing, Doug? And
yeah.
Make sure that you subscribe to both the YouTube channels.
Yeah, then I'd be quite happy with that. Anyone on the old live chatter. Shout out your favourite driver, and we'll get your SuperCars NZ TV in your direction on behalf of Wearcraft. And if you can show us that you've done the old likey subscribey thing to the New Zealand Sim Racing TV and the Broadcasting Lounge channel, then we'll send you a wee gift pack on behalf of Napa being the one who sponsors the Broadcasting Lounge on behalf of Supercars NZ. So yeah, been looking after us there for a wee while. Cool wee crew to have on board. But yeah, awesome battle still taking place here. Blake not being able to give an inch either ways here to Aaron to be able to find a way around him. And it's the closest battle out there at the moment, and they've just started to reel in Sean McNamara ahead of them. So let's take a quick look on board the Jigsaw helicopter, sponsored by Steve Darren himself. At,
Another message there from John Gibson's pit crew. Just bring that up.
I think we need to have Scott up in here in the broadcasting lounge to put on a wee pop in and out from the old pit lane reporter.
Yeah, that sounds about right, doesn't it?
I love this.
But yeah, so Jono says Mike Gunstone has an indicator bulb out and should pit and get it looked at. Maybe someone should jump into the Passion Sim Racing chat and let them know.
There's old Gunners here, and I reckon Shano should flick him a private message saying looks like your left hand indicator bulb's out, mate.
I was just about to mention that Darren Lobb was absolutely flying out there and had reeled the gap to Bruce Tannigan to about 3/4 of a second, and then he just went straight on into the tyres at turn 1.
So here's Darren Lobb, as cool as a cucumber, doing a Shane White. No lefty turny. So let's do some... Oh,
yeah, but unlike me, he didn't manage to get it turned down the escape road. He went straight into the tyres.
No,
but the damage.
Yeah, the tyres didn't like the taste of his front spoiler, and it spat it back out at him as he departed the scene.
Sure did.
Was that? It's like an anti-theft or evidence type of device, is it?
No, don't leave your rubbish. Yeah.
No license plate will be left behind.
No loitering.
Roger Forbert just put him from the lead. Looks like he's the last guy to take his second compulsory pit stop. And interesting, Roger still in the Misfits green and black there. There are a few rumours that came out of a certain photo with a certain Roger Forbert next to a certain Steve Darren. Speculation about whether he might be on the move. Don't know if there's any truth to that. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, of course, big weekend for Supercars NZ, wasn't it? We had Bathurst week all week last week, and then a big get-together, Shano, and you were one of the guys that managed, that has also now met Leon Webb, and a lot of other guys that you would have met for the first time.
Absolutely. A few guys that I met for the second time. Wayne I even met for about the third time, and yeah, a number of guys that I met for the first time, and it was a great weekend. Great time had by all. An especially great time had by Leon in the evenings, and not so great time had by Leon in the mornings. Probably a few other people fell into that category as well, but yeah, absolutely great weekend.
If you want to get the down low on what Shane's alluding to, feel free to jump on the iRacing subscription network, join us here at SuperCars NZ, and join us for some after race banter in the Discord, where we often take the piss out of our good mate Leon.
Absolutely.
But you got to be racing. There's no freebies around here. So this is still one of the hottest battles happening out there at the moment for position 5, 6, and well, no one really wanting it, but Aaron's trying to get rid of it. 7th slot.
Yeah, so these guys have managed to close very close in on Sean McNamara now. Roger Forbert 11 seconds or nearly 12 seconds up the road from this battle as well, so not much ahead of Sean to worry about, but he will be eyes forward trying to hit his braking markers at his apexes and get his corner exits right, and meanwhile Blake's just doing a slightly better job of that, and all the while under pressure from Aaron Goodrick and the Rosetown Commodore as well.
I would just almost guarantee it that out of all the guys out there on track, these two guys behind Sean are two guys he doesn't like being passed by. The car 28 debacle, and obviously the Aaron Goodrick lives fairly close to Sean, and Sean claims that they're mates. So yeah, good bit of always good banter from Sean, and we see Blake might have taken a little too much curb there. Aaron's got right up behind him.
It was certainly an interesting line. I thought he was going to be able to make that turn back round for a bit of a different run here at Sean, but not to be had this time round.
And there's been a long-standing rivalry between Sean and Aaron as well. Obviously, like you say, Corey live very close to each other, and as well as that, obviously Sean, Ford guy through and through, even worked for the local Ford dealer for a while there, while Aaron works for the local Holden dealer there in Tawamutu, I believe. Close out Holden
Yes,
in
I
Tawamutu?
think it is, yeah.
Obviously, not officially a Holden dealer anymore because there are no more of those, but still the local Holden service agent.
Bit of an update from Dick Daddy Racing there, talking about their mate Gunstone. Michael Gunstone here. He was racing at Ruapuna Raceway here in Christchurch over the weekend in what is known as the 2K Cup, and he managed to come second in Sunday's final race of the day, and that was out of around 25 to 30 cars. So it's certainly a massive achievement, and we do know the history that Mike had also he's won that 2K Cup series the year before. I believe was the data that I had. Might have been the year before or one before that, but he certainly
bit of tyre smoke going on there.
Certainly knows how to handle himself in a race car. He does it at a semi-amateur professional level here throughout some New Zealand tracks, and he likes to get on here and spend his spare time not racing that car but racing these cars here at SuperCars NZ.
Yeah, teammate of Shane White's now. So Shane White has moved over to the Passion Sim Racing stable. He's been wooed in by Dane's magic with words.
He sure has.
And that means, is it Mark, your teammate, as well? He jumped over with
Sean's
you?
run wide. Blake's got on the inside of him. They're side by side down the front straight. So my Sylvan Motorsport teammates, Mark Wright and Dan Whitnell, have also joined the PSR fold. So as Aaron's going to try and follow Sean through there. Blake's got around.
Do we see a redress here from Aaron?
Looked like he thought about it. Blake not happy over the radio.
Yeah, it looks like Aaron's not moving away at the same rate of pace of what you'd expect him to, but Blake under a lot of pressure now from losing another position to Jason Cossey, but Aaron still, I believe, bleeding that time to allow Blake to catch him back up, or else I think he would have been just as gone up the field as what we would see Sean McNamara in the distance. So I would say we'll be set to see a redress from Aaron very soon, hopefully not at the detriment to either the other two, with Jason hot underneath Blake's tail. So we'll see how this one pans out in the next couple of corners. Blake needs to take a breath and just let this unfold.
Oh, he's got caught under the brake.
Feeling the pressure and gassing it up, looping it. That's unfortunate because you're right, Doug. I think Aaron was certainly let that gap close up and looked like he was looking to do that redress, probably just trying to figure out the best way to manage it without losing the spot to Jason Cossey as well. And now Blake's dropped even further back.
Yeah, and it's one of those unfortunate ones. Is how much punishment will Aaron still receive now from a judicial point of view? If a complaint comes through, it certainly looked like he was trying to adhere to be able to get that position back. But do we expect Aaron now to jump on the pins and allow another 3 or 4 cars to go by him just so he can allow Blake in front? Well, that's a 50-50 call, and I don't know if that's one that I'd be wanting to make. So we'll see what the end result is on that one. It was good hard racing building up to that moment, and I think the man who has walked away with it like a bit of a Cheshire cat this man here, he's managed to strike a bit of gold from very closely looking at losing his position to now not being under threat from anyone. The final couple of laps here at Long Beach.
Yeah, McNamara just cruising now. 17 seconds to the car ahead, 6 seconds to the car behind. Bruce Tannen cruising out front as well, 18 seconds back to Darren Lobb.
Yeah. It's a bit of a gap between teammates, isn't it?
There's a little bit.
Darren obviously
Darren actually receiving some pressure from Taylor Mitchell as well, and Taylor having half a look there. Looks like a very NASCAR-inspired livery that he's running tonight. That's a new one from MRX.
It is, and we had made comments about that earlier, and you've picked up on the same, I would say subtle, but it's not very subtle at all, detail that Corey had of the NASCAR-inspired numbering there on the side and the roof. But I sort of quite like it. I've always, that the yellow and black theming is always a bit of a hot one, but I reckon it's quite nice to see. It's almost
way past.
Yeah, just
a touch of the apex. Darren's going to be able to get back on the inside and get the spot back.
I'm actually going to dub that the MRX Killer Bee.
The Killer Bee, yeah.
Killer Bee, yeah.
I was going to say it's the colour inversive of our Simblacks team. We see more yellow than black, but this black on yellow MRX theming is quite a nice set. I like it.
Yeah, traditionally black and yellow was sort of MRX sort of theme too there as well.
Yeah, original.
I do like the big numbers on the side as well. I've always loved numbers that are nice and easy to read, make it nice and easy to know who you're looking at. If you normally know what number your favourite driver is at the very least, and if you can spot that, you can pick them out a lot easier.
Just like that, it's last lap.
So this man
here. Excitement onto the final lap.
Yeah, looks like he could possibly get his first win of the season. Half a second gap between himself and 20-second gap, sorry.
I know.
Well, anything can happen here, as we've seen already in this battle for second. The podium position, Taylor getting it back around Darren Lobb again.
Yeah, Taylor goes back to the front on the straight again, and this time Darren not able to fight back. Just about gave him a touch at the fountain there though. Certainly sticking with him, so it's going to be one to keep an eye on through this final lap.
Bit of aero damage there on the front of that MRP car though. Darren Lobb obviously kissing the wall half a dozen laps ago.
Yeah, that one there I think has only just been held on by 3 sticks of duct tape at the moment. It was fluttering around a little bit on that left hand side. The boys with the race tape haven't had a chance to get out there and re-stick it down.
Bruce out of the final corner now. He's going to be coming to the line in a moment.
And there's Jeffrey up there frantically waving his flag. We'll see if we can.
Taylor's actually been able to pull out a little bit of a margin towards the end of this final lap over Darren. As long as he can get off the hairpin cleanly, he should have this wrapped up. Darren having a big tail wag, and Taylor's going to be able to come across the line to take P2, and that's not every day you could say that you've won an out-and-out arm wrestle with Darren Lobb on track.
And very much so. Jeffrey looks like he's having a hell of a battle with that flag though, isn't he? He's like, it's the same way that you'd fan down a smoke alarm after setting off the old savouries in the oven.
I think what's happened is he's seen Taylor Mitchell's livery there, and I think he's got a bit of a fear of bees. He's a bit allergic, I think, so he's just trying to make sure that bee doesn't get too close to him.
Yep. There we go. What a race. So very well done from our boys at the front. Bruce Tannen finishing a whopping 20 seconds ahead of P2 and 3, which are only separated by about 0.14 of a second there, or 0.4 of a second there at the end. So it's Taylor Mitchell and Darren Lobb, second and third, over Roger Forbert, who came up 2 spots to finish in fourth. Sean McNamara had a good race there in the end, managed to claw his way back out of some what could have been a wee bit of disaster, finishing in fifth, up 7 spots, so the biggest climber there in the top 5. Aaron Goodrick held on to position 6. We'll see what happens with that one, if there's going to be any follow-up with that one afterwards. Jason Cossey in 7th spot with Robbie Bradbury in the number 10 car, finishing position at number 8. 9 spots gained in that race to finish inside the top 10. And then on to Michael Gunstone, up 4 spots, finishing position 9, and then Blake Grenhall up 5, rounding out our top 10. We do have Taylor Mitchell sitting here in the waiting room, so we'll bring him into here quickly to say g'day to Taylor and to ask him about his night's racing. Good evening, Taylor.
Good evening, boys.
Hey,
Yeah.
well done, mate. There was a mighty fine battle, and I'm going to put my hand up first of all and say, well, for me anyway, I didn't think you were going to be able to do enough over those last couple of laps to get back into second spot after that wee touchy there with Daz beside the fountain.
Yeah.
But you certainly had a lot of steam coming off the end of that car, coming out from that final corner, and drafted him once again and held on to it for that last lap. What an outstanding race night. How was it?
Yeah, good. I worked out strategy with Dad before the race. I ran it all the way out with tires and fuel, and then I caught lap traffic. So I was like, oh, I'll take some bit of fuel. Got back out, jumped Bruce, and then just me and Bruce had it coming together and turning me around. Flicked it back around, but I had to pit again for a new front bumper, and then put new tires on and put all the fuel I need. Drove around. I'm not sure what happened to Darren though. I was just driving, trying to keep Roger behind me, and then I saw Darren was getting closer to me. Not sure what happened there.
So, Darren was had a bit of a moment, not actually too far off the back of Bruce here, I think, with about, might have been about 6 laps to go, and pretty much straight lined turn 1 just past pit lane exit there, and had a bit of a kiss on the wall, and I think that managed to drop him about another 8 to 10 seconds away from there, and I think just that little bit of aero. Plus that had him get back in towards your clutches, and he was obviously a wee bit more fixated on trying to work out how to keep you behind him rather than his eyes forward on trying to move away from you. But nonetheless, that's racing, and you brought it to him over those last few laps, and it was certainly exciting to watch. So it was, as long as you had a fantastic night there at Long Beach, and that's all we can ask for, mate.
Yeah. Definitely was a good night. Definitely with the one tire strategy, that bring everyone, everyone closer. People trying to figure out strategies and stuff. But yeah, pretty good race. Come home in P2.
Nice stuff. And obviously now you'll be wanting to look at trying to bring yourself up through the leaderboard a bit more with the rest of the season now carrying out after you guys have finished up with the hyperfiber racing from out the week. You're a bit more focused now on the V8s again.
Yeah. I did alright in Porsches, but focus on supercars now and the GT stuff.
Very good. Oh no, mate, that's fantastic, and hopefully we'll be able to have a couple more chats like these with you throughout the remainder of the season here in the V8s, and maybe across in the GT series on our Thursday night racing as well. Congratulations again, Taylor. Any quick shout outs you want to make, mate?
Yep. I'd like to thank Dad, MRX, Do Power, Z, AWS Graphics, Branded Pack, Boss Powder Coating, Race Deck, Rampage, JRI, and Skunksworks Racing, and All Fast.
Very good. And don't forget to thank Mum for whipping up such a fantastic
Yeah.
dinner to give you the energy to be able to get your racing done tonight.
Yeah. Thanks, Mum, for dinner.
There we go. Cheers, Taylor. We'll leave you with the rest
Cheers.
of the boys. Have a good, fantastic evening, and we'll catch you again.
Thank you. See you guys.
See ya.
Right, Dougie, we've got 25 for the wheel.
25
I believe.
for
I
a
worked it out. Oh,
20
24? Yeah, Luke Allman was our last car home.
Okay.
He jumped back in and
Have you
carried
got
on.
Have you got a
3 laps
wheel
down.
thing, or shall I find a wheel thing?
You,
Shane-
you got a wheel?
I can certainly find a wheel.
It's always good to have one on the stream, isn't it?
I can. There we go. Look at that. And this one's it's got 31. Let's kill that and start again. I need to be a bit more professional like you, Shane, and actually enter it as a proper who's what's it?
Proper who's what's it?
Yeah, you know, one of those inlays into the stream.
Oh yeah.
Nearly there.
But just while Dougie's doing that, we'll just go back to championship points after that round. Bruce Tannock leading 335 points now, so roughly around a 61 point gap back to Darren Lobb.
Wow.
And Sean McNamara's now moved up into third. Michael Gunstone's moved into fourth. Leon Weir has dropped down. Mike Robinson has dropped down. Jason Cossey in seventh. Daniel Nolan 8th, Hogan Shrimpton in 9th, and Blake Greenhill rounding out the top 10.
Fantastic. So this 25 here, because we actually wouldn't have said this one to Shane what we're spinning this wheel for tonight. Actually, no, Shane may know. Do you know what we're doing this for, Shane?
I'm assuming this is going to be the $20.
Yeah, 20 bucka to get your waka home. And it's 24, Ducky.
$24. And this will be from their finishing positions, correct?
Yes. We'll go off yours. But yeah, Luke Allman, I believe, is the last car circulating.
I can confirm Luke Allman, position 24. So let's give this a spin and see who our lucky winner of 20 iRacing credits is tonight. We have Trent Bennett. Sir Trey Net Bennett, sir.
He was in the chat down below, but he's not there now, so unlucky. We would have dragged him in and told him just then. But yeah, if you're watching this back, get in touch with SuperCars NZ.
So there you go, and it even says it down the bottom there, old Trainet there, 15th spot, Misfits Racing. So well done, Trent. Up 14 spots tonight to finish in P15. He's done his 2 stops. He's done everything that was acquired of him, and he gets to walk away 20 iRacing credit Roonies richer. Well done,
Yeah,
Trent.
he didn't do the Trent Bennett. He didn't. He did the Trent finish it and go home. And we've so how are we giving away those other things there, Dougie?
Oh, Trent finished it.
Sorry, folks.
Oh, it's been a long day. I shouldn't laugh at things like that. Well done,
And
Trent.
so
We love you.
And yeah, we got to work out the T-shirt and the Napa prize pack.
Yes, well, I mean, hey, looking at it, I mean, all we could really do is say that possibly Dig Daddy Racing was the only person to make a shout out to say go Gunstone. There was a little bit of chitter chatter there from Scott saying Jono was going to be doing certain pit strategies, but there was never exactly a shout out. So we'll have a converse and see what we're going to do. Otherwise, we may put it back to our drivers from tonight to put them into the wheel of Hat of Doom, drawy, spinny wheel thing, and give out some love to those guys for coming along once again and finishing the racing.
And yeah, thanks to Wearcraft too for the t-shirts that they print. Lovely Laura and Leon, I guess, he's a pain in the bum and helps out on the side.
He does help out from time to time. I've heard from Laura on good account on that one. So yes, as much as he can be a pain, he does help out with the old Wearcraft stuff. He gets his little iron out and does his bits and pieces there to stick down some adhesives. So he does a good job. But yeah. Moving forward, Thursday night approaches with our first round of the championship for the HPR series. It's going to be a 8-week battle. This one, after the last few weeks been away with the Hyperfiber and running a small 4-week championship for the guys that were there for that one. So if you're going to be joining us on Thursday night, tell your friends and family, jump on to either the NZ Sim Racing TV channel or the Broadcasting one, give the old likes and subscribe, send us some pictures to say that you've done it, and get yourself into the draw to be able to win yourself a wee prize pack there from Napa, or just give us a wee shout out on the old texty-com thing there saying who it is that you're supporting. And that's drivers. Don't need you telling us about how much you love your mum. And you get yourself a SuperCars NZ t-shirt from Wearcraft. I'll hand it over to Shane to round us out for the evening. But from me, it's been lovely to be back on board doing the thing. Like the streaming, love the commentating, and especially enjoy doing it with two of my good mates, Corey and Shane. So thank you, Corey, for joining me again tonight, and Shane for popping in, even though you had a bit of a shocker there with the racing, mate.
Just before Shane rounds it up, Circuit Zolder alternative first round for the HPR on Thursday. That it's going to be pretty exciting. It's a cool layout.
Nice. Look forward to that one.
Cheers, guys. And I believe Zolder's had a bit of an artwork upgrade in a recent update as well, so that will be a little bit of new stuff for the viewers at home to look at, as well as the drivers if they get time to look up from the track. And I can say I had more fun in the broadcasting lounge tonight than I did behind the wheel, so thanks, guys, for having me here, and thanks everybody at home for watching. Of course, big thanks to our series sponsor, Allport Motorsport. They do great things for us. They've been a long-time sponsor of the league. Obviously, we restructured our sponsorship a couple of seasons ago, and split to different sponsors for different series, and Allports have continued what was their sponsorship of the whole league into sponsoring the V8 series, and they do a great job of that and a great job of supporting us. So all we ask is that you guys get in there and support them if you're in the market for some sim gear or some gear for your race car or race suits or sim gloves or sim boots or race boots or helmets or anything like that. Go and check out Allport Motorsport. They're online at allports.co. Sorry, I think it's allport.nz. And you'll be able to find what you need there, a whole range of stuff, racing and sim racing related. So check them out, and cheers everybody for joining us. We will see you next time.